What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Tuesday, September 6, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Spider-Man himself, Tom Holland, had taken to social media to share a behind-the-scenes photo for the upcoming Spider-Man Homecoming. Holland wrote on Instagram Friday alongside a black and white image of the iconic web slinger standing over a dark alley. "Thank you to at George C. Cottle and his amazing team for making me look like a badass. Hashtag Spider-Man Homecoming. Hashtag stunts." While the superhero epic is currently filming in Atlanta, the location in the image gives off a very New York vibe, the city where Homecoming takes place. Holland shared images from on-set before, including a selfie of himself hanging atop a high ledge in costume as Spider-Man. The photo comes just a day after filmmaker Jon Favreau was announced to be joining the cast of Homecoming by reprising his Iron Man role as Tony Stark's personal driver and bodyguard, Happy Hogan. Iron Man, played by Robert Downey Jr. through the Marvel Cinematic Universe, was cast in Homecoming after he helped introduce and mentor Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War. The cast also includes Marissa Tomei as Aunt May, Michael Keaton as the main villain, and Zendaya, who's potentially portraying the web-slinger's famous girlfriend, Mary J. Watson. Directed by John Watts, Spider-Man Homecoming swings into theaters July 7, 2017. Jeremy Renner is to voice the lead character of Arctic Fox Swifty in the 3D CGI animated family film Arctic Justice Thunder Squad, producers have announced. The ensemble voice cast will also include Alec Baldwin, Heidi Klum, John Cleese, James Franco, Angelica Houston, and Omar Sy. A synopsis reads, when sinister Doc Walrus hatches a secret plot to accelerate global warming and melt the Arctic Circle, a ragtag group of inexperienced heroes must come together to foil his evil plans and save the Arctic. Producer Andrea Ivravolino said in a statement, Jeremy is as talented a performer as you'll find anywhere in the world, and we're very happy he's bringing his talents to the Arctic for this fun, big screen adventure for the whole family. Producer Monica Bacardi says, Jeremy's voice, energy, and charisma will be the center of this heartwarming, family-friendly comedy. His animated nature lends itself perfectly to Swifty's character. We believe that this contemporary voice cast will resonate with audiences. The real-life takeaway from this animation is entertaining and thought-provoking at the same time. Renner is known for his work in The Arrival, The Avengers, The Bourne Legacy, Hurt Locker, The Town, American Hustle, and Kill the Messenger. Director Mel Gibson, actor Andrew Garfield, and actress Teresa Palmer turned out to represent their new movie, Hacksaw Ridge, when it had its premiere at the Venice Film Festival. Also spotted on the red carpet Sunday were Hugo Weaving, Vince Vaughn, Luke Bracey, Julia Electra Goriarty, and Robert Shankin. Co-starring Sam Worthington and Rachel Griffiths, the film is set for U.S. release on November 4th. Lionsgate describes it as, quote, the extraordinary true story of Desmond Doss, who, in Okinawa, during the bloodiest battle of World War II, saved 75 men without firing or carrying a gun. It also added he was the only American soldier in World War II to fight on the front lines without a weapon, as he believes that while the war was justified, killing was nevertheless wrong. As an Army medic, he single-handedly evacuated the wounded from behind enemy lines, brave fire while tending to soldiers, and was wounded by a grenade and hit by snipers. Dawes was the first conscientious objector awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. Gibson's previous directing efforts were 2004's The Passion of the Christ and 2006 Apocalypto. He is best known for his acting work in the Lethal Weapon and Mad Max film franchise, as well as in Braveheart and The Patriot. HBO has released a new poster for their upcoming sci-fi western series Westworld, which features an unfinished android. The premium cable network noted on the show's official Twitter account, every hero has a code. The image features a skeleton figure amongst Westworld's Double W logo that is set against a Wild West backdrop. The figure represents the creations of star Anthony Hopkins' character Dr. Robert Ford, who has created a Western theme park full of humans-looking robots made to serve paying customers. Things begin to crumble once android Dolores, played by Evan Rachel Wood, starts to question the true purpose of their existence. Soon, a conflict arises between the robots and the humans. The official synopsis reads, the one-hour drama series Westworld, 10 episodes, is a dark odyssey about the dawn of artificial consciousness and the evolution of sin. Set at the intersection of the near future and the reimagined past, it explores a world in which every human appetite, no matter how noble or depraved, can be indulged. Based on a 1973 film of the same name, the long-delayed Westworld, developed by Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy with J.J. Abrams and Brian Burke as executive producers, also stars Ed Harris, James Marsden, Tanya Newton, and Jeffrey Wright. Westworld is set to premiere on October 2nd on HBO. A new trailer was released recently that featured Dolores confronting her creator. Viola Davis, John Hamm, Kristen Wiig, and Ed Helms have joined the lineup for Stand Up for Cancer's Friday telecast. Also expected to take part in the fundraiser are Zach Galifianakis, Matt Bomer, Dave Franco, Sonequa Martin Green, Rob Riggle, Tony Hale, Terry Crews, Mel B, and Bree Turner. Celebrities have been added to the roster of previously announced stars that includes Ben Affleck, Matthew McConaughey, Emma Stone, Anna Kendrick, Josh Gad, Niecy Nash, Eric Stonestreet, Alison Sweeney, Ken Jeong, Marcia Cross, Greg Grunberg, Danielle Campbell, Charlie Wilson, Brittany Danielle, and SU2C co-founder Katie Couric. Among the special music performers will be Celine Dion, Dierks Bentley, Keith Urban, and Little Big Town. Bradley Cooper, actor and founder of the Bradley Charles Cooper Foundation, will executive produce the program alongside Done and Dusted in collaboration with Stand Up to Cancer's production team. Kirk said in a statement, "It's truly inspiring to see so many people come together for this cause. We have a great show lined up this year and are grateful to the amazing individuals taking time out of their schedules to participate. It will be a fantastic opportunity for people to learn about some of the incredible new breakthroughs in cancer research and treatment that are giving real hope to many patients and their loved ones." The telecast will air live from the Music Center Walt Disney Concert Hall in downtown Los Angeles. ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC, as well as American Force Networks, Aspire, Audience Networks, Bloomberg TV, Bravo, Comedy Central, Discovery Live, E! Entertainment, E-Pix, ESPN News, FM, FS2, Fusion, FXM, Great American Country, and HBO are donating 1 hour simultaneously, commercial-free primetime for the telecast. Tracy Morgan, Mary J. Blige, Gigi Hadid, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Harry Connick Jr. have been booked as guests for Season 20 of The View in New York, ABC confirmed. Other celebrities expected to appear on the daytime chat program are Libertarian Party presidential candidate Gary Johnson, Anthony Anderson, Dr. Phil McGraw, and Keke Palmer. Season 20 is to kick off Tuesday, led by moderator Whoopi Goldberg and featuring co-hosts Joy Behar, Candace Cameron Bure, Paula Ferris, Sarah Hines, and Raymond Simone. This season will also include regular appearances from Jediah Bila and Sunny Hostin. Just weeks away from its Season 6 debut, American Horror Story released another teaser trailer, this one featuring a possessing-looking doll. The show's sixth season returns to FX on September 14th, but the theme has been kept under wraps. There is talk of a colonial theme and a storyline that follows the mystery of the lost colony, but nothing has been officially announced. American Horror Story has hinted at 6 potential storylines in a series of posters and teaser videos released over the past several weeks. Among the few confirmed details for Season 6 is the list of the returning cast members, including Sarah Paulson, Matt Bomer, Lady Gaga, and Cuba Gooding Jr. Kevin James' action comedy The True Memoirs of an International Assassin is set to premiere on Netflix November 11th. Directed by Jeff Wadlow, the movie stars James as Sam Larson, a mild-mannered would-be author who gets mistaken for a killer for hire when his fictional novel about an international assassin is published as a true story. The synopsis also reads, when the book is a huge success, he is suddenly kidnapped, taken out of the country, and forced into an assassination plot. The film co-stars Andy Garcia, Zuley Hanio, Maurice Compte, Andrew Howard, Rob Riggle, Kayleen Coleman, Leonard Earl Hosey, Yul Vasquez, and Kim Coates. The script was written by Jeff Morris and Jeff Wadlow. James is best known for his work on the sitcom The King of Queens. He will soon star on the new CBS comedy series Kevin Can Wait. British actor Jude Law can now be seen playing the first American pontiff in a trailer for the contemporary new series The Young Pope. British Sky Atlantic released a 2-minute clip which also features Diane Keaton and James Cromwell on Saturday. The synopsis accompanying the trailer on YouTube reads, Lenny Berlardo is no ordinary pope. He is the youngest and first American pope in history. We find him on the morning of his first day in office preparing to enter into the power struggles inside the closed, secretive Vatican state. Set in Papal Rome, the drama was created by Pablo Sorrentino and is to debut on October 27th on Sky Atlantic. The culinary drama Feed the Beast will not be back for a second season on AMC. The cable television network confirmed the show's cancellation after 10 episodes to Deadline and Variety on Friday. Low ratings and lukewarm critical reviews reportedly were to blame for the demise of the freshman series. AMC said in a statement, "We have great respect and admiration for the entire team associated with Feed the Beast, starring with Clyde Phillips, David Schwimmer, James Sturgis, and our studio partner Lionsgate. We are thankful for the opportunity to collaborate with them and appreciate of their talents, dedication, and care. Fortunately, the show simply didn't achieve the results needed to move forward with the second season." Actress Gabri Sadebi is sharing on Instagram a pair of photos showing off her new slimmer figure. Both images featuring her wearing black pants and a white t-shirt covered with the portrait of rapper Notorious B.I.G. In one snapshot, she is seen with glossy lips and looking from under bangs. The second shows her taking a selfie. The photos were captioned, "Is it too early in the morning for selfies with the Mayfair filter?" After she received compliments from her fans, Sadebi took to Twitter and wrote, "That Instagram photo was mostly about showing off my Biggie Smalls t-shirt and laid wig, but, that's cool too." So Debbie is best known for her work in the film Precious and the television show American Horror Story. Former Mythbusters team members Carrie Bryan, Tori Belleci, and Graham Imahara are reuniting for a new Netflix docuseries called White Rabbit Project. Deadline.com reported the science-themed series from Beyond Productions is scheduled to premiere globally December 9th. Byron wrote on Facebook posts on Saturday, "So happy we can finally talk about it. Tori Belleci, Graham Imahara, and I are back together and headed to Netflix." Discovery Channel's reality show Mythbusters debuted in January 2003 and wrapped up this past March. It was co-hosted by Adam Savage and Jamie Hyneman. Scottish actor Alan Cumming spent the weekend visiting Syrian refugees in Lebanon. He chronicled his journey on social media. He tweeted Friday, "On my way to Lebanon with the UN Refugee Agency at refugees to meet Syrian refugees and share their stories with you." The Cabaret and The Good Wife alum Saturday posted photos of himself talking to those impacted by the long, violent conflict in their homeland. Cumming captioned a photo of him and a little boy holding a picture of an elephant they created together. "This is Mohammed. His family were forced to leave Syria and are living in makeshift shelters in northern Lebanon, but helped by a UNHCR shelter kit. Today we colored in this elephant where the at Save the Children mobile library visited his settlement. You can help by visiting nobodiesleftout.org. He also added in another post, "I made some friends today and it was hard to say goodbye. These kids have spent all their lives in this settlement in Lebanon, and the UNHCR, the UN's refugee agency, makes sure they have access to health care, education, basic needs. But as you can see, these homes are not built to last and are watertight or insulated. Please donate to nobodiesleftout.org to make sure my little chums are warm and safe this winter." Bindi Irwin paid tribute to her late father, wildlife conversationist and television personality Steve Irwin in a touching Instagram post this weekend. The Dancing with the Stars champ captioned a throwback photo of her father holding her as a baby. "You'll be my hero for my entire existence. I love you more than words can describe." Irwin wrote the post in honor of the 10th anniversary of her dad's death. He was struck in the heart by a stingray barb when he was 44 and died on September 4th, 2006. Actress, writer, and filmmaker Lena Dunham apologized to football star Odell Beckham Jr. for publicly speculating about what he thought of sharing a table with her at a recent celebrity event. Dunham said in an Instagram post Saturday, "I owe Odell Beckham Jr. an apology. Despite my moments of bravado, I struggle at industry events and in life with the sense that I don't rep a certain standard of beauty, and so when I show up to the Met Ball surrounded by models and swan-like actresses, it's hard not to feel like a sack of flaming garbage. This felt especially intense with a handsome athlete as my dinner companion and a bunch of women I was sure he'd rather be seated with. But I went ahead and projected these insecurities and made totally narcissistic assumptions about what he was thinking, then presented those assumptions as facts. I feel terrible about it because after listening to lots of valid criticism, I see how unfair it is to ascribe misogynistic thoughts to someone I don't know at all. Like we have never met, I had no idea the kind of day he was having or what his truth is. But most importantly, I would never intentionally contribute to a long and often violent history of the over-sexualization of black male bodies, as well as false accusations by white women towards black men. I'm so sorry, particularly to OBJ, who has every right to be on his cell phone. The fact is, I don't know about his state of mind. I don't know a lot of things, and I shouldn't have acted like I did. Much love and thanks, Lena. Dunham made her initial remarks about Beckham Jr. during a Lenny Letter interview with Amy Schumer was published on Friday. At the time, Dunham said about her seating assignment with the NFL player at the gala, he was like, "That's a marshmallow, that's a child, that's a dog. It wasn't mean, he just seems confused." She also added the vibe was very much like, "Do I want to exploit it? It is wearing it's wearing a tuxedo. I'm going to go back to my cell phone." I was like, we were forced to be together, and he literally was scrolling Instagram rather than to have a look at a woman in a bow tie. I was like, this should be called the Metropolitan Museum of Getting Rejected by Athletes. Two passings to report. Hugh O'Brien, who rose to fame on television as a quick drawing Wyatt Earp in the 50s, but who later devoted extensive time to a foundation he created to train young people to be leaders, died on Monday at his home in Beverly Hills, California. He was 91. His death was announced by his foundation, Hobie, originally known as Hugh O'Brien's Youth Leadership. Emerged from obscurity when he landed the title role of The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, which ran on ABC from 1955 to 1961, and it became one of the most popular TV westerns when that genre dominated prime time. Mr. O'Brien would play that real-life lawman in one form or another several times during his career, most notably in the 1991 television movie The Gambler Returns, The Luck of the Draw, a vehicle for the singer Kenny Rogers, and Wyatt Earp returns to Tombstone, 1994 CBS production time to capitalize on the release of that year of the big-budget feature Wyatt Earp starring Kevin Costner. Mr. O'Brien remained active through television in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, mostly on television. He appeared on series like The Alfred Hitchcock Hour, Charlie's Angels, Fantasy Island, and Murder, She Wrote. Although most of Mr. O'Brien's movies were westerns and other action-oriented feature, he also acted in comedies, dramas, and musicals, including There's No Business Like Show Business, Come Fly With Me, and Twins. One of his most memorable roles, though it was also one of his smallest, was in John Wayne's final movie, The Shootist, in 1976. O'Brien played a professional gambler who, in the film's closing moments, becomes the last character ever killed on screen by Wayne. O'Brien was 91. And music industry titan Jerry Heller died of a heart attack Friday at a hospital in Thousand Oaks, California. He was 75. Heller's cousin Gary Balin confirmed the man's death to Billboard. The Cleveland native and U.S. Army veteran worked as an agent for artists such as Creedence Clearwater Revival and Marvin Gaye, and as a concert promoter for Pink Floyd, Elton John, and Kraftwerk on their first U.S. tours during the 60s and 70s, the magazine noted. However, Heller is best known as the original manager of NWA and as a partner in the Ruthless Records label with the Los Angeles rap group's member Eazy-E. Ice Cube famously left the band in 1989, claiming he hadn't been properly compensated, and bad blood between Heller and him continued for years. TMZ noted that at the time of his death, Heller was still in the midst of a defamation lawsuit against the makers of the 2015 NWA biopic Straight Outta Compton. He has said he didn't approve the use of his likeness or appreciate how he was portrayed in the blockbuster. The film featured Paul Giamatti as Heller. He was 75. Camila Cabello has apologized for leaving in the middle of a Fifth Harmony concert, explaining anxiety was to blame for her early exit. Billboard reported she was on Snapchat Saturday. "Hey Missouri, sorry I couldn't finish the set last night. Was having too much anxiety and I couldn't finish it. I love you. I'm truly sorry." She later tweeted, "I just want to sleep for 3 days." The St. Louis Post-Dispatch said Cabello left the stage during Friday night's show at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater with several songs left to perform. One of her fellow singers explained Cabello had experienced a wardrobe malfunction, but she did not return to the stage. Late rock legend Freddie Mercury has an asteroid named after him to commemorate what would have been the singer's 70th birthday. The International Astronomical Union's Minor Planet Center has named asteroid 17473 after the former Queen frontman who who once sang he was a shooting star leaping through the sky in his band's hit Don't Stop Me Now. The asteroid was discovered the year Mercury died in 1991. Mercury follows in the footsteps of the Beatles and Bruce Springsteen in having the asteroid. Queen's guitarist and now astrophysicist Brian May announced the designation at a fundraiser in Switzerland Saturday for the Mercury Phoenix Trust celebrating Mercury's birthday. May said in an announcement, it's in the main asteroid belt, hours between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. It's about 3.5 kilometers across. It has an albedo of about 0.3, which means it only reflects about 30% of the light that falls on it. Like many asteroids, it's a dark object rather like a cinder in space. Viewed from the Earth, it's more than 10,000 times fainter than you can see by eye, so you need a fair-sized telescope to see it. The documentary Boy George's 1970s Save Me from Suburbia will be the centerpiece of the next chapter in the BBC Music My Generation program slate. The broadcaster began its examination of popular music through documentary programming starting with the 1950s in April and the 1960s in July. It will start spotlighting the 1970s in October. Cassian Harrison, the editor for BBC4, said in a statement, the My Generation season reaching the 1970s will bring viewers an incredible range of programs with the brilliant Boy George telling the story of his formative years, Pauline Black meeting music fans, and Don Letts giving his fascinating insight into the skinhead movement. She also added, I think of the 70s as being this glorious decade where I discovered who I was and discovered all these amazing things. Punk rock, electro music, fashion, all of that. Boy George said, and yeah, of course, there was that dark side of the 70s, the rubbish, the strikes, the poverty, and I get chased and confronted for the way I look. But I was a teenager. I didn't have any time for misery. I was just having a great time with my friends. My 70s were all about Bowie, bowling, dress up, and going out. I think of it as the last bonkers of decades, and I love every second. Other 70s-centric programs to air this fall will be Skinhead, which will dissect a very provocative British subculture, and an episode of People's History of Pop will focus on the years 1976 and 1985. Beyonce's music video for Hold Up has gotten about 2 million views since it was posted on YouTube Saturday. The track from the Recording Superstars Lemonade visual album was previously available for purchase via Tidal. It was released for free viewing on Beyonce's 35th birthday. The artist stormed the MTV Video Music Awards ceremony last week, giving an electrifying performance and winning a leading 8 prizes, including one for Best Female Video prize for Hold Up. Barbra Streisand's encore movie partner Sing Broadway is the #1 album on the Billboard 200 albums charts, marking the 11th time she has topped the roster in her decades-long career. She's now tied with Bruce Springsteen for the third most #1 albums in history. The Beatles have 19 and Jay-Z has 13, Billboard.com reported. Coming in at #2 on the current charts is Florida Georgia Line's Dig Your Roots, followed by Britney Spears' Glory at #3, Drake's View at #4, and Frank Ocean's Blonde at #5. Now up the top tier are the soundtrack to The Suicide Squad at #6, Beyonce's Lemonade at #7, Young Thug's Jeffrey at #8, Rihanna's Anti at #9, and 21 Pilots' Blurry Face at #10. BBC4 says rock and roll legend Keith Richards is to curate an entire weekend of programming for the channel later this month. The longtime Rolling Stones musician will handpick all the shows and will feature between them across each night in a special film in-depth interview, making this an extraordinary televisual journey. The British broadcaster promised in a press release announcing plans for Keith Richards' Lost Weekend. Richards declared, "No one has taken over a TV channel before. Let's see how it flies." Director Julian Temple says the programming will be interwoven with a uniquely relaxed, wide range, and intimate interview in which Keith shares his legacy, worldviews, life philosophy, and survival strategies with viewers. It is an open invitation for the audience to get to know Keith in depth over 3 nights in a way that has never been seen before. Jan Young's husband, the channel's head of music commissioning, says BBC4 is very much the musician's channel, so we're thrilled when Keith agreed to curate a weekend of programming, giving viewers a truly original experience. The exact dates of the event have not yet been announced. The Jane Levy and Stephen Lang horror movie Don't Breathe is the #1 movie in North America for a second weekend, earning $15.7 million in receipts, Box Office Mojo confirmed announced Monday for Labor Day. Coming in number 2 is Suicide Squad with $10 million, followed by Pete's Dragon number 3 with $6.471 million, Kubo and the Two Strings at number 4 with $6.467 million, and Sausage Party at number 5 with $5.3 million. Rounding up the top tier are The Light Between Oceans at number 6 with $5 million, Bad Moms at number 7 with $4.74 million, War Dogs at number 8 with $4.7 million, Hell or High Water at number 9 with $4.5 million, and Mechanic Resurrection at number 10 with $4.3 million. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1997, an estimate 2.5 billion people around the globe tuned in to the television broadcast of the funeral of Diana, Princess of Wales, who died at the age of 36 in a car crash in Paris the week before. During her 15-year marriage to Prince Charles, the son of Queen Elizabeth II and the heir to the British throne, Diana became one of the most famous, most photographed people on the planet. Her life story was fathered from numerous books, television programs, and movies, and her image appeared on countless magazine covers, including those of People and Vanity Fair. After her death, she remained an iconic figure and a continual source of fascination to the media and entertainment world. Diana Spencer was born on July 1st, 1961 in Norfolk, England. On July 29th, 1981, at the age of 20, Shy Di, as the voracious British media dubbed her, married Prince Charles at London's St. Paul's Cathedral in a ceremony that was watched by hundreds of millions of television viewers around the world. On June 21st, 1982, Diana gave birth to Prince William. A second son, Prince Harry, was born on September 15th, 1984. Charles and Diana separated in 1992 amidst allegations of infidelities on both sides, and the couple was officially divorced on August 28, 1996. After her divorce, Diana continued as a humanitarian work she begun as a member of the royal family, campaigning to raise awareness of the deadly AIDS epidemic and to ban the use of landmines or explosive devices planted on or in the grounds that often cause death or injuries to civilians. In the early morning hours of August 31, 1997, the driver of Diana's car lost control of the vehicle while trying to elude paparazzi and crashed in the Ponte de Alama tunnel in Paris. Diana's companion, Dodi Al-Fayed, was also killed in the crash, as was the driver, Henry Paul, who was later determined to be speeding under the influence of alcohol. England experienced an unprecedented outpouring of public grief over Diana's death. On this date in 1997, hundreds of thousands of people lined the streets of London to watch the former prince's coffin being transported to Westminster Abbey, where politicians, celebrities, and royalty gathered for her funeral. Elton John performed a reworked version of his song Candle in the Wind, which he and Bernie Taupin had originally written about Marilyn Monroe. Diana's brother, Lord Spencer, spoke at the funeral and blamed the media for her sister's death, calling her the most hunted person on the modern age. Diana was buried in Althorpe, her family's estate in Northamptonshire, England. And that is your entertainment report for Tuesday, September 6, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.